Long way. Get this shit a long way. Shit a long way. Long way. Hit it long way. 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 Shit long way. Shit long way. Long way. Long way. Long way. Long way. Long way. Shit a long way. Gotta get the shit a long way. Get the shit a long way. Finish rich, yeah. Gotta get the shit a long way. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta know what she don't really understand, man. Gotta get a meal, but she don't understand, man. She be trippin' every day, she be trippin' every way. But I gotta get this shit a long way, yeah. Tryna get money every single way, tryna get money every single day, yeah. Get money every single way, every day. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. Every day we gotta get paid, yeah. I'm feeling like we be the new slaves. No, we gotta finish rich. No, we gotta finish rich. Got a new bitch, she don't understand rich. She don't understand, niggas gotta get rich. She don't understand, sometimes we gotta hit lit. No, we ain't hit lit. Tryna get the long way, yeah. Tryna get the shit the long way, yeah. Coach is tryna wrap up a entree, yeah. Told you the other day that did my phone strong. We gon' shoot the long way, we gon' get the long way, yeah. Yeah, get the shit the long way. My bitch be trippin' back and forth like a phone way. My name is Tari, I ain't playing games, so I'm done Tari. Yesterday she told me that she bout to leave, said fuck it, bitch, we gonna get some money. Said fuck it, bitch, I'm about to get some money. So what I do today, I want to get some money, yeah. Cause we gon' get the shit the long way, we gon' get shit the long way, yeah. Back and forth like the pong way, yeah. Man, I'ma get the shit the long way, get the shit the long way. Just the only way today, because they go with shit's crazy. We gotta wear a mask, we the new slaves, and we be wearing this shit like every day. We be okay, we gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, they gon' be okay, yeah. So we gon' get the shit the long way, 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 yeah, we get the shit the long way, yeah. Cause we gon' be okay, we gon' be okay, yeah, we gon' get the long way, yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young, the founder of SMD. Welcome. Now, usually I used to give a long intro of who I am, where I came from, but I'm just going to go straight into it. I have the ability to see negative numbers, meaning I understand that capitalism is psychological. Yes, indeed. I understand that. That's crystal clear. No misunderstanding. That's it. It is what it is. And everything I'm saying, I can prove mathematically with a calculator. It's just absolutely bananas. It's just absolutely, once I owned myself, that was it. That was it. I was like, wait a minute. Paying interest is just not part of paying interest. Is I made myself pay interest? That's not part of life? No, that's not part of life. No. You don't have to pay interest. Interest is a sign of non-ownership, not ownership. If you're paying interest on something, that means whatever you're paying interest on, that means you don't own it. That's a sign. Okay. So when you're paying interest on your home loan, that means you're not a homeowner because you're paying interest. People who own homes, meaning pay cash for homes, they don't pay interest because they bought it in cash. Do you understand? That's the difference. So you're paying interest on your car, your house, whatever. Now, understanding that, man, this dude's yelling pretty loud next door to me. Understanding that capitalism is psychological is a huge thing because capitalism is worldwide, right? And the gist of the whole thing is that in order for psychological capitalism to work, the majority must be in debt, and not know it. Period. That's it. That's just the that's it. That's is what it is. That's it. Okay. So once you understand this, and then you look around, when I see everything, it's clearly everything is a mathematical illusion. The stock market, retirement plans, how you save money on taxes, property owners, your financial portfolios, what else? Equity. It's those are all mathematical illusions, right? That's part of psychological capitalism, where debt slaves, people that don't understand that capitalism is psychological, debt slaves, right? You guys don't know that you're debt. You guys don't know that you can't buy a house with a mortgage. You don't know that. You don't know that you can't buy a car with a car loan. You can't do that. That's not normal to pay 30 years on 30 years of your life. Something that's you can't get back. 30 years of your life for one house. That's not true. That's only for debt slaves. Okay. Now, to really understand this, I mean, that's just part of it. I'm not against it. The system is just there. Okay. So put it this way. You're not supposed to have feelings about it. It's just there. Okay. Now, if you want to use it right, all you have to do is trust math. If you don't trust math, it's using you. That's the difference. In psychological capitalism, debt slaves own nothing. In psychological capitalism, no currency in any form exists for debt slaves. None. Economic classes, lower class, middle class, upper class, those classes don't exist. Those are psychological classes. The only class you guys belong in is the debt class. Period. Now, with this knowledge and understanding that capitalism is psychological, I look at this, excuse me, I look at the economy very different than you. I look at it with the full understanding that debt slaves own nothing. They have no money. You guys own nothing, no houses, no cars, no retirement plans, no nothing. You guys own absolutely nothing, not even yourself. So now with that understand and with that knowledge, I fully understand that you guys could not exist without the banks because you guys have no money. So then I have to look at when I look at see how hard times are right now, high gas prices, food on the rise, just things, inflation going up, but there's available jobs everywhere. Okay, that part, it's still not making sense to me. Okay, because first of all, debt slaves, you guys have no money. You have to work. You have to have jobs. You have to because you have no money. But if that's the case, why are there so many available jobs? That is just baffling me. How are you guys surviving? You guys are in the negative. You have no money. What are you doing? Something's going on. The student loan pause cannot be giving you guys this illusion of that much extra money in the bank account. So I'm not sure why are all these available jobs. It just doesn't make sense to me. You guys got to eat. You got to keep up the facade of having money, buying things that you can't afford on credit cards and stuff, trying to keep up the illusion when in the background, your finances are running thin. You guys, first of all, you're already in the negative. You're just you're just determining how fast in debt are you going. Are you going at a fast rate or a rapid rate, or are you going at a trickle rate, but you guys are going in debt. It really doesn't matter. Well, but pretty soon that facade is going to have to break. It's going to have to snap. All these people on social media, and that hey, listen, that's a facade. Okay, that's a trick. That's a all you hey listen, all you have to do to see if the biggest podcaster you're following, whatever, say, hey man, can we see your personal credit report? LJ over there on SMD, he shows his personal credit report. And check this out. He made that video when he was 50. He was 50 years old. And you got to say this to yourself. First of all, I've rarely ever seen the personal credit reports of anybody I know, the people I love, the people I have children with, the people I have long-term relationships with. I have never seen their personal credit report ever. This person that I'm having sex with, that I've been having sex with for years, I have no idea what their personal credit report is. Yeah, you come over to LJ showing his at 50. Why is he so freely doing it? Like it's not a big deal, because it's not. It's not really a big deal. But it's not a big deal, but everybody else takes offense to it. Like, what? How dare he? What is that? They will surprise you. The majority of people you ask will get offended. That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell all the fakers. All you have to do is ask to see their personal credit report. That's it. All you have to do is look around you. The majority of people that you see that look like they're living life, if they're making payments, that's a sign right away. Right away, you understand if they're making car payments, if they're making mortgage payments, that's a sign that they're not as big as you think. They don't have as much money as you think they have. Because people with money don't make payments. That's how you keep your money, by not making payments. Now, I thought all the government help ran out by now. I thought it all ran out. I just, how come there's so many available jobs? It just doesn't make sense to me. How is that possible? Something's coming. Something's like, honestly, when I look at the whole student loan pause thing, this is how I look at it. Okay, when this date was coming up, but it was coming up at the end of May, I believe, right? I was saying to myself, nothing has changed. It doesn't really matter where the date goes, because you guys are not going to have any money to pay for the student loan debt anyway. It doesn't matter where they moved. Excuse me. It doesn't matter where they move the date. You guys won't have the money when that date comes anyway. So I always look at, okay, if that started right now, that could be very bad, along with high gas prices. You guys have these delivery jobs now. You're working yourselves to the bone, and all these. That's the new careers for people that don't really get it. Delivering shit, right? That's gonna be the new job for you. Because you better believe one day there's going to be 24-hour delivery. Believe that. If you guys don't see that coming, you're blind. And guess who's going to be delivering packages at night? People that don't understand how it works. That's how. People that don't know capitalism is psychological. You guys are going to be doing those jobs, delivering packages at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That shit is coming. You know why it's coming? Because you guys are going to be working from home. You guys are going to be working all kinds of hours. There's not really anybody that's going to be working a 8 to 5, 9 to 5 shift working from home. They're working you guys 24 hours a day. So that comes with that is 24-hour delivery. All they got to do is make up some bullshit night. Hey, you get extra nighttime pay, late hour pay, some bullshit that they'll make up, and you guys will jump all over that. Ooh, I'm getting time and a half plus extra nighttime, whatever crap they make up. But it still don't explain what's happening now. That part I don't get. Why are there so many available jobs? Everywhere you go, we're hiring. We're hiring all day. We're hiring anytime. Come in any. I'm like, damn. What things are not inflation, high gas prices. Everybody's not having fun. I know it looks like that when you go out, you go to Costco, you see Costco's packed and everybody's in there on a Saturday. A lot of people are putting up. Why do you think Costco now? Why do you think they now accept Visa? You think they had a choice? You think Costco really said, "Hey man, nah, we're going to continue to not accept credit cards. You keep doing that if you want to." Debt slaves ain't got the money. They use credit cards. Period. If they wanted to stay alive, you better believe they had to do that. Believe that. When you understand capitalism is psychological, you understand debt slaves have no money. They need credit cards. What do you think would happen to all like say like this? Say like they cut off all credit cards right now. What if the bank says, "Hey, fuck you guys, we're gonna cut off every single credit card"? Listen. Not only will the people be hurt with the owners of the credit cards, they'll be hurt. But guess what else? Who will be really really hurt? All businesses would be hurt. You guys ain't shopping with cash? How many hey, listen, if they cut off all credit cards and all credit access during say like Apple's phones went on sale May 2nd, but the banks cut off all the credit cards on May 1st. How do you think Apple's phone sales would go? They would tank. They would be the worst in history because you guys have no money. You think when Apple sells phones, you think people are dropping cash for everybody's buying their phones in cash? Hell no. And you watch all these available jobs, and then when Apple starts to sell their phones are going to sell out. You're like, what? All these available jobs, and Apple still sells out on phones. That makes no sense. Now I understand that the majority are financing the phones. Financing phones. I get that. I get that. But at some point, they got to pay payments to those things. And in order to make payments to those things, you have to have a job. You have to have a job. Now, if something's, hey, listen, this is how I'm thinking. Okay, got student loan debt got pushed to August. Okay, something major has to happen. Listen, if something major doesn't happen by the time uh, mid July happens, automatically understand that the date is going to get pushed again. Because this is how I'm thinking. Because you guys are not going to regardless of where they put the date, you're not going to have the money to pay anyway. You're just not. Because what the majority of you guys don't know, the president, he gave you guys the best gift to President Donald Trump, because it started in Trump, and then all of a sudden it came over to the Biden administration. They did you the biggest favor that will never ever happen again, and it took a worldwide pandemic to happen. Pause student loan debt, interest, and payments for over 2 years now. Over 2 years. What you should have been doing is going hog crazy, taking every dime you earn and put it towards that student loan debt, because that right there, that's never going to happen again ever in this lifetime, ever. You guys will never see that. You guys will never get that opportunity again. That will never happen. I guarantee you that, at least in my lifetime, it won't. Never. That will never happen again. It took a worldwide pandemic for it to happen. How often do worldwide pandemics happen? Probably once in a lifetime. That's it. You guys, the majority of debt slaves, you guys are worried about Biden forgiving student loan debt and taking off totally eliminating student loan debt. I'm here to tell you something that's never going to happen. Stop it. That's never going to happen, debt slaves. Never. You guys are so focused on that instead of looking at the gift that he's really giving you right now. No interest or payments for over 2 years. This window of opportunity right here, this will never, ever, 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 ever happen again, ever. Once those payments start back up, that is it. Everything's going to resume right back to where you start. The whole 2 years. You guys think you got extra money. Just racking up. Hey, and listen, this is all part of psychological capitalism. It is for you to believe that since you don't have any student loan payments for 2 years, now you have extra money at the end of the month. In reality, that you don't. You don't have extra money of anything. All these videos on YouTube telling you what you should do with the extra money that you have because you're not making student loan payments, and you better take advantage of it. You know why they're telling you that? Because they're debt slaves just like you. They're debt slaves. They're telling you things that make absolutely no mathematical sense. And if you believe it, that's on you. You can't invest when you have student loan debt. Even if student loan payments are suspended, you still don't have no money. You still have no money. None, zero. No money at all. None, zero. My gift, understand that capitalism is psychological. That's my gift. And seeing that, listen, and seeing that capitalism is all over the world, because it doesn't matter where it's at. Long as it's capitalism, I don't care. Long as it's capitalism. Since it's all over the world, that means that's billions of people with a B. Billions of debt slaves, billions of them. So that means in turn that my gift means I know something that billions of people don't know. Billions with a B. Again, I wouldn't have known this until I owned myself. I had to own myself first to know that. Whoa, wait a minute. As soon as I got to zero, I was like, hey, I've never felt this before in my entire life. Never felt that before. Just like everybody that crosses over, they get all happy and then they go tell their family and friends, hey, loved ones, look what I've discovered. And then all of a sudden you get that, then they start not liking you. You're so happy to tell them. You're like, hey, they love me. I love them. Let me go tell them. And then all of a sudden they come back with the reaction that you're not expecting, because you're like, wait a minute, don't you love me? Yeah. Why are you giving me that reaction? Because they're in the debt matrix. The debt matrix don't care who it is, your family, your children, your grandparents. It doesn't matter. The debt matrix don't care what age you are. That's why I had to create SMD. That's why I had to create this channel for people like me. I just kept pushing. I'm like, hey, I know I'm right because my math is right. So I know I'm right. So it doesn't matter how people think, feel. It doesn't matter. Capitalism is psychological, debt slaves. No currency exists for you guys, debt slaves. None. Not even a paper currency in your pocket. Not even a change in your Coke bottles in your room. Not even those accounts that you're hiding from your spouse, those hidden accounts. Yeah, nothing's in there. You only hide it from yourself, debt slave. Nothing's in those accounts. You're only hiding it from yourself. Yet there's still all these available jobs. Makes no sense. Why are these jobs available? What are you debt slaves doing? What are you guys doing for money? Hey, listen, that's what's baffling me right now. You guys have no money. I could have swore the government finally start cutting off some bread, unless they're still giving away money somewhere that I'm not paying attention to, because I have no idea how you're surviving. Unless they're handing out lots of credit, I'm not sure. Maybe they're handing out lots of credit. I'm not quite sure what's going on, because I'm seeing housing developments getting built. Look, like, I mean, major ones. Like, these businesses are smart. They're switching up the whole new way things are going to be done. Right now, they're putting the big boys are putting stores. They're putting they're having neighborhoods being built around the store. First, I'm down here in Myrtle Beach. I was like, wait a minute. This store called Food Line built a store in the middle of a field. Okay. I was like, why would they put a store there? Why would they do that? That doesn't. And then all of a sudden, you see 2 or 3 years later, a whole subdivision neighborhood was built there. And then I started seeing that pattern more and more wherever I go now. It's like, wait a minute, they're putting store. Yes, because everything is delivery. If that store is close to that subdivision, who do you think they're going to be shopping with? That store. They put the store into the neighborhood. You know how fast they can get people's product to them? They'll be faster than Amazon. Okay, they will be faster than Amazon, because Amazon's not right there. Their store will be there. Those people, and then I guarantee you this, they'll start advertising, hey, we do delivery. If you live in this certain area, we can get you your whatever you order in an hour. What do you think you're shopping with? That store. You'll skip over Amazon at that moment. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I can get it in an hour? Yeah, okay. Amazon can't get it to you that fast. What's up, Malika, Wally? Yeah, let me put this link out here. I've just been jibber jabbering. See if somebody got some questions for me. Somebody that want to own themselves, because that's what I do. I don't, when you come here, I don't want you getting me mixed up with somebody that just get you out of debt. Hey, we're going to save you some money here. Oh yeah, all that happens. But my main purpose here is to help you own yourself. That's my main purpose. Once you do that, nothing's stopping you. Nothing. The first, like movies kind of not kind of, they kind of make something physical that's psychological. Okay. So the movie Limitless, I don't know if you guys ever seen that. You can YouTube it. The movie Limitless, where this guy takes this pill called the NZT pill, right? And then all of a sudden he pops it in, he can see all this stuff, and he can do. That's what it's like to understand SMD. That's a good illustration of what SMD does for you. It's just like that. You see everything. You see everything. You see how it all works. And you know what? And you know what? This is what humbles me about this gift. Okay. This is what humbles me. I discovered this gift. I discovered it, right? So that means someone or some entity or some they designed it. Do you understand? They designed it. So that humbles me every day. I just like, wow, that because I don't want you guys walking around thinking, hey, I'm the big bad shit. No, no. I just discovered this. Okay. So no, the answer is no, I'm not. But when I say there is no other channel on any other social media platform like this one, I'm not bragging about that. I'm just telling you something that just is. That is. You know it. I know it. And the people that follow me know it. That there is nothing else on any social media platform like this channel, like me. When I write the book, Psychological Capitalism, when I write this book, you got let me tell you something, okay? I'm gonna just tell you right now, it's gonna be a worldwide bestseller. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And this is gonna be a book as long as I can keep as long as I keep exact dates and mentioning times in the book, you guys won't know. Whoever picks this book up will never be able to figure out the year it was written. Every time a person reads this book, they're going to be like, is he talking about today? As long as I don't get specific on things, which sometimes I'm going to have to do that, but I'm going to keep it to a minimum. But as long as I just generalize everything, because it will always be this way. It will always be this way. Capitalism will be here always. If capitalism is here, so will psychological capitalism. Will be here always. So when people read this is going to be the difference between this book and any other book damn near ever made. When you read this book, you won't be able to tell what year I wrote this book, even after I'm dead. Like when you come out of the debt matrix, and so like put it this way, like when I was in the debt matrix, I never understood the central bank, right? I never talked about it. That was never something to discuss with me and my friends or whoever I was with or whatever, right? So it was out of my mind. So when you come out of the debt matrix and you understand capitalism is psychological, and then you look at the Federal Reserve in Washington, D.C., you look at that building and you say, oh, that's why it looks like that. When I look at that building now, I say, oh, okay. I was just looking at it the other day, a picture of it, right? And in the center of the building at the top, it looks like it has a statue of an eagle or something that's sitting up there, right? I said to myself, I bet you that eagle probably costs more than about 5 or 6 people's houses that they're financing. That just that eagle alone, guaranteed. I just think about stuff like that because that's what it is. What I hope to when I see that building, honestly, I'm gonna just tell you straight up. Hopefully, one day I am invited in that building to go to rooms that have very rarely ever been seen by anybody outside those walls. Just to look, I just want to see. I just want to see where it started, how, what was the route, what had to happen here. Oh, that's what because when you could see it right now, I see why everything's happening the way it has to happen. I totally get it. Totally get it. Jacque said, first family get together in a while last weekend. Got pressured to get a master's degree again. Same people pressuring me are also hoping for student loan forgiveness at 40 to 60. Oh my God, 40 to 60. Mm. You know, this is kind of off the subject, but I just want to bring this up, especially for the young kids that just think, just you're turning 18 and you're hearing all this stuff. people in TV basically all telling you that if you don't go to college, you ain't gonna be shit. Okay, that's what those commercials and everybody around you is basically saying. If you don't go to college, you ain't gonna be shit in life. I'm just here to tell you. First of all, that is not true. Okay, that is 100% not true. Okay, college is a business. Okay, just make sure you guys understand it. That is a business. Number two, when it's time for when it's time for you to go to college, check out how much the college costs, see how much it costs, and then go log into your bank account and see if you have that money to pay for that college. If the money is not in your account, you can't go to that college. Period. If the money's not in your account, you can't go to college at all. You have no money to pay for it. Period. At that moment, you have a decision to make. You can either your brain can kick in and say, okay, then what am I going to do? Then you'll start figuring things out. But if you believe just like everybody else, hey, this is what you do, and you borrow student loan money and blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. Borrow money and pay it back when I get a good job. That's a program. So anybody, especially as a young person, if anybody's pressuring you like that, trying to say, hey, basically, you ain't gonna be shit if you don't go to college, you turn to them and say, do you still have your student loan debt? That's what you say to them. You say, do you still have your student loan debt? If they do, you got to stop listening to them. You got to say, wait a minute, but your student loan debt's older than me. And they're trying to give you, go to college. You turn to them and say, how am I supposed to pay for that college? That's what you say to them, really. Really? Oh, you want me to go to college? Yeah. How am I supposed to pay for it? That's what you ask them. Then you know what they're going to turn to you say? Student loans. And then I'm telling you ahead of time, okay? I'm telling you ahead of time so you'll be ready for their response, because that will be their response. You turn to them and say, how am I supposed to pay for it? They're going to say student loans. As soon as they open their mouth to say student loans, that's your open door to say, do you still have yours? They're going to be shocked because they're not going to have anybody ever ask them that type of question before. They're going to be like, what? Then you're going to say, I asked, do you still have your student loan debt? When they say yes, you just tune them out. You say you don't listen to them because they're trying to make you be like them. That's what's happening. You don't want that. All you got to do is take a step back, see what the world is doing. First of all, just look, hey, who's the key players? What is the world doing? Okay, it's moving to delivery. Maybe I should open up some kind of delivery company, because you're always going to have workers. You're always going to have to, you don't have to pay it. Listen, this is the way the world's going. You don't have to pay for their insurance. You don't have to worry about their taxes. They handle all of it themselves because they'll all be 1099, all of them. You just make the money. That's it. And you'll have plenty of workers, plenty. What'd you say, Malika? I got it from my job to watch. They have mortgages and car notes too. LJ can't make this up. Glad I found the SMD family. Hey, you're welcome. The younger you are to get this message, man, I want you, hey, listen, I want you guys to, especially in your 20s and your 30s, I want you to understand that if you just understand that capitalism is psychological, you will kill a game, man. I'm telling you, you will kill whatever you set your mind to. You will kill the game. And you get to, listen, you'll be able to do it right in front of the debt slaves. They can't even see you. They can't see, debt slaves can't see me. It's against the laws of mathematics for debt slaves to even understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. They don't understand it. Even though I'm talking English, I'm talking English. They cannot understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. That will be your superpower. They won't even know. They're like, "Hey, how you doing? How you stacking all that money?" You can't turn to them and say, "Hey, because I don't have no payments. That's why my money's stacking because I got no payments." They'll be like, "What? What do you mean? Everybody has car payments. What do you?" Then they'll run through the program. Who has that money sitting around to pay cash for a house? They all say the same old stupid ass program. Hey, who has that kind of money? People with money. People with money has money like that sitting around to buy a house because you know what? They know people with money know that's the only way to buy a house. There is no other way to buy a house other than cash. Only debt slaves, in psychological capitalism. Okay, I'm gonna give you a peek in my world. Okay, in psychological capitalism, debt slaves believe they can buy a house with a mortgage. That's not math. That's they're psychological homeowners, not mathematical, because what they're saying is not mathematically true. You can't buy a house with a mortgage. Who told you that? The banks? Oh, that's business. Okay, hey, whatever, bank. Do your thing. Do your thing. Can you imagine how many people go into the bank and sit down in front of across from the banker person signing mortgage paperwork? They don't have nothing. They have no idea what they're signing. None, zero. To the bank, that's a business transaction. If you got your feelings so wrapped up in this house and you're totally forgetting that, that's on you. Like if you go sign up for a mortgage and you include your overtime into the paperwork so you can get more house or whatever, that's on you. Because if you do that, listen, if you do that, you include your overtime money inside of your financial declaration, whatever, to get this approved. Now you're stuck working those hours to maintain that house. You trap debt slaves, you guys trap yourself. Now you have to work 60, 70 hours because that's what you put on the paperwork of the mortgage paperwork. Now you don't have the option of not working that much overtime. You see that, slaves? In psychological capitalism, you guys are the currency, debt slaves. It's you. You're the currency. You probably still don't know what I'm talking about, right? Like, here, let me give you an example. If you have student loan debt and you're investing in Bitcoin, that makes you the Bitcoin debt slaves. That makes you the Bitcoin. You. Because you cannot invest in Bitcoin while having student loan debt slaves. That makes you no currency exists for you. So whatever I'll put it this way. Put it this way. Let's put it this way. When US currency, one day it will. I don't know if it's gonna happen in this lifetime or not, but one day US currency is gonna be all digital. You know what they're gonna be able to do to you guys once it's all digital? You guys have no idea, no clue what they, oh my God, you guys have no clue. It's already going there right now. You guys do a lot of shit on Cash App and all these. Have you noticed? Listen, have you noticed that all these little Cash App thingies coming out? Tons of apps. You know, the majority of people that use Cash App don't have bank accounts. And guess where you keep that money? On Cash App servers. And guess who gets that interest? Cash App. Hey, you want a Cash App card? Yeah, here, keep your money here on the Cash App. Basically says keep the cash with us because we earn interest. And then when you guys are broke, so you guys have no money, you be, hey, yeah, I want the money now. Okay, there's a so-and-so fee for instant money. Of course they can give you the money quickly. And you guys pay it just so you can get the money quickly. That's how you make real money. That's real money. Real money. And all that, listen, all that is you report all that, but the majority of you guys don't do that. You think, hey, nobody's gonna see it. You think Cash App's not reporting everything? Are you insane? You're insane if you don't think Cash App's reporting their tax information. Come on now. That's not, I promise you, they're submitting everything. Slaves understand jobs are toxic, but they don't understand debt is even more toxic. True. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, the movie Limitless, man. I really, when I was a debt slave, I used to love that movie. Now that I understand capitalism is psychological, I really connect with that movie. Really do now. After my student loans are paid off, would you recommend getting a credit card and treating it like a debit card to improve my credit score, or should I use a debit card? Like, you know what? This is what I suggest. I do suggest getting one credit card because I have one credit card. So I'm not going to tell you not to do something that I am doing. I have one credit card, and the main reason it's more, I use it for what it is. Okay, credit card. First of all, credit cards, that's a business. Okay, and so I look at it as a service. A service, since they have more money than me, if somebody steals money from my credit card, they fix it in like 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, it's back on. When I shop, when I go shopping, and shop on websites, I don't want to have to worry about the security of the website. I mean, I'm conscious of it. I'm like, okay, I don't go to just completely unknown websites, but I'm just, if something happens, they get my credit card, they don't get my debit card, because when they steal from your debit card, it's a whole entire different type of experience process you got to go through. File a police report, and then you got to do all this other crazy nonsense. But the credit card company, they pretty much just see your history, because remember, they have access to all that, right? they it's easy for them to see if this really happened to a person that, because they can look at your credit report, and then they can look at the way your habits are, and they can clearly see if this happened to you, it was definitely theft, because that's not inside of you're not constantly call, hey, I didn't charge that wasn't me. You just open and closing accounts at 5, 6 times a year. I just have a credit card, and I've been having it for years. The only thing I do every year is that I every year I change the numbers. I call that in one lost or whatever, and I have them issue me new credit card numbers. And what I've learned with the credit card companies, I know this for a fact too. They're obviously selling uh credit card information to companies that you like, not the credit card information themselves, but they a service, because to companies that you sign up with, say like you sign up with a credit card, right? And say like your credit card got lost or stolen, they shut it down and issue a new one with new numbers, right? I did that, and I did that normally, but one year I got charged something that I know I didn't sign up for with my new credit card. I was like, how in the hell did that happen? I was like, okay, it was not a big deal. They gave me my money back. But then it happened again at another place that I did not sign back up again for. And then I said, oh, okay. The credit card companies must be charging them a service that updates credit card information that they already have in their database. So if we already have an agreement that you get to pull, you sign up with a credit card and they get to pull $20 or whatever off that credit card every month, you must have signed some type of agreement in there that says, even if your numbers are new, or you get a new credit card with new numbers, we have the right to update our information. It's probably, I'm swear to God, it's got to be in there somewhere, right? So when I get my new credit card, I always tell them, do not, do not update my credit card information with anything that may be attached to the old credit card number. Do not update that. They always act like, hey, what are you talking about, sir? I say, hey, I don't care what you're saying. Just put it in the notes, because I want to make sure it's clear that I told you not to do that. And it's never happened to me again. So I would. Wally says, "Oh yeah, they are plus. They are plus wherever you sending that money, which would be your mobile bank account, is show up on your credit report. Which what? Oh, yeah, there plus wherever sending that money. Oh yeah, okay. You talking about money sending apps? Yeah, they're all, it's all digital now anyway. It's already going there. That's just the way it's going. Period. That's clear. People don't hardly carry money on them like that anymore. Cash and shit like that. It just, like when sometimes something will pop up and say, "Hey, you need to get $5." Like, damn, I don't got $5. Then it just, but once it goes all the way digital, because you guys don't understand, you don't have any money, zero. So I figure out, what are you guys doing for money right now? I don't get it. Times are hard. Inflation, gas prices, car payments, kids, school. You guys have to be doing something. What are you guys doing for money? With all these available jobs, what are you guys doing? Because if all these available jobs are available, that means a lot of people ain't working. What are you guys still getting checks, or what's going on? And if this is and if this is you, and I'm talking to you right now, and you are struggling because of what's happened in the world and right now, if you don't ever want that to happen to you again, come see me. And it'll never happen to you again. You'll see everything. And when things like that happen, it won't destroy your world. It'll be more like an inconvenience. It'll be more like an inconvenience. Anybody got any questions for me? Any questions? I try to come back here to help those that are wandering around in debt matrix, wondering why they can't get financially ahead no matter how many jobs they have, 3, 4 jobs. They got a side hustle, and they still can't get ahead. This is the answer. This is the answer right here. I got the answer for you. If you've been going all your life, and life's been in the hamster wheel, one debt after one debt after one debt after one debt, things just keep happening. That means it's right here. Here's the answer. I got plenty of videos out here for you guys it's all free. All free. You guys can just go watch any video. I mean, you can't go to the members only videos, but the rest of the videos, they're all free. You can go watch. You can put it all together for yourself and figure it out yourself. You don't really need me. But if you want to accelerate the process like light years, it's almost like, put it this way. Put it this way. If you ever watch Star Trek, you know how they used to beam down the planets? They step on the platform and then also it's like that. I will beam you ahead in front of everybody. Just like Star Trek, I'll beam you ahead, psychologically speaking, of course, but that doesn't matter. It does matter. I'll beam you ahead, especially if you're young, too. Especially if you're young. I'm about to beam you ahead of a lot of people. Your life as a young person right now, your life will be different than any other in your family, your friends, everybody you grew up with. It'll be different than all of them. And they won't even, and that's the wonderful thing about SMD. They won't even know if you told them, "Hey, yeah, I found this dude on SMD, man. He just told me just to do this, and that. I hired him. He put out the blueprint. He said, just do this. And now I'm free. I own myself. And now I can see everything." They won't understand. What did he do for you? That's what they're gonna say. What did he do? Oh, he helped me. He helped me get out of debt and own myself. Well, everybody has debt. That's just the way debt is part of life. Robert Kiyosaki said, and Grant Cardone said, "You okay?" Then they just start running through the program. You just got to shut them. You just got to walk away because they won't stop running that program. Honestly, something inside of me still says, "Come back and make videos on the free side for people that are." Because I know there's a lot of people on the fence. Never heard anything like this before. There's people that pay for the members only that don't say shit, but they pay. I get it though. I get it. Hey, yeah, I can watch them. I can support them from a distance. But if I believed anything what LJ said, man, people would just ostracize me. Hey, whatever, debt slaves, whatever. I'm at a different level when it comes to this personal finance game. I'm at a whole different entire. I will change. Not only will I change your life, I'll change your whole life generationally. Like if you're a parent right now with young children, I strongly suggest you come see me quickly before they get of age. If you understand this, why you still have control over your children's minds, because when they're young, all they know is you. And if you understood SMD, I promise you, you're going to naturally teach them. Naturally. It's going to happen naturally. It's barely not even going to be an option. Listen, they're going to grow up with it. So they're not going to know you're teaching them something. You're just going to teach them like it's just, hey, this is just what we do. Then they'll naturally get that. So when they go out into the world, and then when they're bombarded by debt slaves, what they do, they will automatically know out the gate that those guys are debt slaves and we're not. We understand that capitalism is psychological. We understand this. They don't. And it doesn't. And they will also understand that it's supposed to be that way. The majority must be in debt and not know they're in debt. Debt slaves. Now, I'm at the point to where I'm just, it's just time for me to go to the next level. It's just time. I don't really have time to deal with convincing anybody or trying to prove to them that whatever I'm saying is real or true or whatever. I just don't have that in me anymore. I could feel that. I'm beyond that now. I'm about to try to live 100% inside of psychological capitalism, period. What's up, Robert?
Hello. Happy third Friday to you.
Happy Friday. You got your days mixed up too, huh? You can't remember?
That's the thing. I don't remember. How you doing?
All right, sir. Anybody call you a prick this week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you smile and walk away? Did you say anything?
Pretty much. I just said, hey. I just smiled like this and kept it pushing.
Yeah. So what's going on, man?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to confirm. Yeah, I went to that store in the mall, right? When the PlayStation 5 I was telling you about.
Yeah.
So I went inside, talked to the dude that was selling it inside the mall. He was like, I was like, are y'all financing that PlayStation 5? He said, yeah. So I was like, how much? $60 a week. I'm like, what?
A week?
Yeah, that's the payment.
Oh my God. $60 a week. Wow.
So I asked him, but how much is it to buy straight out? He was like, $1,800. I was like, excuse you? Yeah. I was like, excuse you?
Are they making so at $60 a week, they must be making them finance it at $1,800.
Yeah, that's how much it was to pay it straight out, $1,800. Yeah.
Oh my God! So they're making them. They're making them finance $1,800 PlayStation. Oh, that is. Ooh, you see how they do dead slaves?
They do it. They do them dirty.
Oh, they do them so dirty. Oh my! And you know what? They wouldn't do it if they wasn't doing it. They wouldn't be. The stores wouldn't be doing that.
Exactly. I see why they ain't had no customers.
Well, obviously they're there, so they get some
Yeah.
customers.
Well, yeah,
Obviously,
that's true. That's true too.
you walked into their business, so they have a business.
Yep. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, they really don't know.
Wow. Shit, I wonder how your face looked when he told you that. I wonder if he noticed you had a different look than anybody else.
Well, he did give me that puzzle look. He was like, wait a minute, you know, don't you?
You know, don't you?
Because he was like, wait, if he looked at me more confused than I looked at him. Because he was like, wait a minute, why are you asking these questions?
Right. No, now how much is a regular PlayStation? How much the same PlayStation costs buying it straight out?
$400.
Oh my! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Because the one I got, it was a bundle pack. Mine was $700 from GameStop, but they sell it in bundles. The bundles is like, for me, I had got the PlayStation, an extra controller, and two $100 gift cards.
Mm-hmm.
So they give it in bundle packs at the game stores. But like Rent Center and stuff like that, no, you gotta make payments.
Wow! Oh my god! If somebody, the person that does that, they're just taking full advantage. That's a dead slave that's on the ground in chains, getting kicked, getting ran over and spit on. Oh my god! All for a PlayStation.
And then I had a former coworker who told me she was like in Hopewell, right near where I live at. It's this car. It's a mechanic shop that they you know how you make your car repairs, right?
Yeah.
But you make payments on the repairs.
What?
Yep.
Payments on your car repairs.
Yep. They doing that now.
Wow. Then I don't get it. Why are there so many available jobs? I don't get it.
Me and someone else asked that same question. They was like, "There's so many jobs out here." I was like, "Yeah, but how come people ain't working?"
Right.
I was like, your guess is good as mine.
Where's this money coming from? I don't get it. They got to have money to survive. Where is the money coming from?
Now that I don't know. That's beyond my pay grade.
That's just not making any sense. I mean, because usually when they get money, they'll spread it. Hey, President Biden gave us this or whatever, right? I'm just wondering, where are they getting this money? I haven't heard no announcements.
Neither have I. And I know with my ex-wife, she told me at her job is that they can pick their own schedules now. Like at FedEx Ground, we found out that you could. She don't work there, but that you can pick your own schedule. Like some jobs, it's like you can come in when you want now.
Wow. See, and that's unheard. See, it's just not making any sense to me. Where are people getting this money? And usually, you know, we can see everything almost damn near, right? But
right.
this is baffling me. Why can't I see that?
I was asking you, like, yeah, because I noticed I got an email from FedEx Ground, and when I was working there part-time, and before I got hired somewhere else, and they was like, Mr. Javis, if you want, you could come back and you can work whenever you want to work. But I'm like, y'all only offer 2 hours a day. You go up to the warehouse, you load up the FedEx truck, and once you get done, they was like, you can go home. And that was like from 4:30 in the morning till 7 a.m. I was like, that's a waste of gas.
Right.
But it's like where you can cut where we got shifts to where you can just
that is a waste of gas.
Yeah, and then that's when the corporate people, they was like, yeah, you can just work any day that you want. You can just work 1 day a week or 2 days a week if you want. Until why you go get a full-time job. I'm like, y'all offer that to everybody? Yeah. I'm like, what?
Now look at this. Now I did think of this. Logan said credit, right? But are the banks Are the banks giving out tons of credit? I don't know.
I don't think so. Unless now I know they give it out secure. No, they giving out secure credit cards, but you normally have to make a $300 down payment just to
And
use a secure.
And see, secure credit cards are just, that is the, you know what's so crazy about secure credit card, man? That is the worst. That's just right in your face. Like you are just a low down, dirty debt slave. Because it's like you take, like say like it's a $300 secure credit card, right?
Mm-hmm.
You take $300 in cash that you have, and then you give it to them, and then they hand you a piece of plastic.
Yep.
And then they make money off your $300.
Mm-hmm.
And then they charge you interest to use your own Not only do they make interest off the 300, they charge the person interest on the just to use the credit card. They charge them interest on the credit card.
Yes, they do.
On their own money.
Yep.
Twice. So they're making money twice off the same 300. Off the
Mm-hmm.
person and off loaning it to other debt slaves.
And you gotta love the way they sell it to you. They be like, well, it's just to repair your credit after a year.
Yes, after a year. So what they're basically saying, we about to make a money on your ass for a year before we report to the credit report that, hey, this person paid us back his own money on time.
Mm-hmm.
The money he already had before he gave it to us.
Mm-hmm. Just like with overdraft protection. When the credit.
You see the way they name that? Overdraft protection. They don't know to ask this question. Wait a minute. Who are you protecting me from?
Yourself.
Yourself. we're making you pay a fee for us to protect you from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that shit is funny.
I say no every time. Nope, I don't want it. Nope.
They had put that. I remember I had my account. They had automatically put that on my account, and I forgot how I figured that shit out. But I was like, hey, I want you to take that off, please. She was like, hey, well, you never know. There might be some kind of something that might pop up on you. I was like, that probably really works on the debt slaves, but I'm not a debt slave. Okay, take that shit off.
Mm-hmm. Take all that off. So, overdraft protections, like overdraft fees.
I can't believe that lady was saying that to me. She was like, hey, I mean, went all the way. This is where she went with it too. She said just like this, Robert, hey, well, what if you have a baby and the baby needs formula and you don't have it? I was like, wow, you guys try to go deep to scare that slave.
Oh, you're going to have another child. That's what that is. It ain't too late for you. That's what that is.
I was like, wow, okay, wow, that probably works. I'm sure that says they probably go, well, okay, let me go ahead and leave it on there. Okay, yeah, okay, click.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, she probably planting a seed in your head.
Oh yeah, I mean they know it's all psychological because they know debt slaves are always nervous because they're in debt, so they always have to. They always have that that natural debt stress that follows them around everywhere. Mm-hmm. They don't know you don't have to have that.
You're right about that, man. Mm-hmm. I've been getting these like you said, like all this stuff that's starting to happen to me. Mm-hmm. You was right. It's starting to happen to me at an accelerated rate now. That I'm getting all these types of reactions. I'm getting all types of awakening, like all types of things that's just popping in my face. It's happening slowly, but it's gradually happening.
Right. See, and that's why I had it. That's why I created this. So when it does happen, you can always just pull up a video and hear me talk exactly about what you're going through and what you must do to handle it and get through it. And it's just a phase or part of the process or whatever. And then once you hear that, that helps you along your journey even better.
Yep. I had to, like you said, I had to stop feeling guilty about not working.
Yep. I remember that. I remember that feeling. I remember that.
And now I feel much better because like I get to sleep in now. I just get to relax. And I don't feel isolated no more either. It's like to a point now I actually prefer
it. Exactly. That's the same here, man. I'm the same way. I love it, man. I love it. Sometimes me and my girlfriend will get in a fight and we won't talk, right? And I just be by myself. She'd be like, "Oh, you just being over there trying to." I'd be like, "Hey, in actuality, I love it." I don't say that, right?
It's like that feeling, man. It's just like once you get over the stress, the anxiety, it's like all of a sudden you feel good. Like, damn,
Feel
I can
real
do this.
good. Feel real
I
good.
can do this easily.
Easy. It's
Shit,
nothing.
let's see. What's the day? Friday? No, what's the day? Monday? Don't feel
Right.
no different from a Sunday.
It don't at all.
Man,
What's up?
that's another. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's up, Jay Money?
How y'all doing, man? I'm doing all right. How y'all doing?
Doing good.
Sure. I just want to say peace, and I really respect Brother LJ's message. I think he's right. And I'm on my journey to a debt-free life. I'm a business owner. I'm a truck driver. I just I did a few things a little backward, but I'm in a good position. I have a property to pay for.
You sounding kind of muffled. I'm not sure if you're covering up your mic.
Okay, I was just saying. I said I'm en route to get on this journey of debt-free living.
Okay.
At the moment, I have a good couple things in my favor, but I also have about $65,000 debt. Things that I have working in my favor is I have a home that's paid for because I'm a novice carpenter, and I was smart enough after getting out of a relationship to have me a place that was paid for.
So you don't have no mortgage?
No, sir. I have a house that's paid for.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I bought it in the hood, but it's an area that's about 7 years ago, but it's an area that's going through gentrification.
It don't even matter where it's at, as long as you own it. I don't care where it's at.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But I have made some mistakes that you mentioned in your teaching about the debt-free life. I do have student loan debt. I have about $55,000 in student loan debt.
You said 55?
55,000.
Okay.
I do have a business. I'm a truck driver. I do have a college degree. I did finish up my school work, but I don't work in the field that I studied.
Right. A lot of people do that. Exactly.
Yeah, my major was criminal justice and business administration. I worked in the juvenile justice field for about 3 years. Got tired of dealing with politics. It was more of a passion. I like work. I enjoyed working with at-risk kids, but I didn't feel that the environment or the program or the state was in the mindset that I was in as far as being more of a uplifting spirit. They rather just house kids and sit them down the pipeline of prison. So kind of got tired of that, and I've always had I'm 41. I'll be 41 next month, May 19th.
Okay. You're still young. Okay.
I also have two kids. I have two daughters, 15 and 9 years old. I do pay child support, but it's nothing crazy. Both of the mothers, or I have two kids from two different women. Both of the mothers
are you covering up your mic? Make sure you're not covering up your mic.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have you hear me better now?
Yeah.
I have two kids from two different women. My daughters are ages 15 and 9, and both of the mothers are pretty decent women. They both career women. They make good money. So they not
support through the state or on your own?
I have one through the state and one in an agreement.
Okay. All right.
And I may be having one of my kids have time. That's in discussion now as far as just having halftime, and neither party is paying child support, but I'm going to have that put on paper as well.
For sure. Okay. All right. Your story sounds like my story.
Yes, sir. So I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking about and I kind of already had that mindset to worry about, because at one time, I know I'm all over the place, but at one time,
no, you're not really. No, you're not.
I'm originally from Savannah, Georgia, but I live in Louisville, Kentucky at the moment. I'm here and I know that's a lot of information, but I've been here for about 16 years. And in my early 20s, I was a union worker. I worked for Kroger, the Kroger company, and I was I was an order selector / forklift driver, and I was, I came from nothing, like I come from, I ain't gonna say I come from nothing, but I didn't, I didn't have a silver spoon in my mouth, put it like that. I knew
Okay.
that I knew I wanted to be, move up in the world somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to college. I went to junior college. I graduated, and I got my associate's degree. And while I was doing that, I was working for Kroger, and I was a union worker for overall about 14 years. Prior to getting my CDL, I've been driving trucks for going on 7 years.
That's what you do now?
Yes,
Okay.
I just bought my own rig about 7 months ago.
You bought your own truck?
Yes, sir. Cash.
Nope.
I didn't.
Cash. Okay. I want to make sure we're saying the right buy. Okay. You saying all the right things right now. I'm listening to everything. So let me ask you something then. When did you come across this channel?
I came across your channel maybe 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay. So what attracted you to this channel?
Because it highlighted things that I kind of already was kind of conscious of, but it even made the light bulb brighter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I always ask everybody that because not everybody can hear what I teach. So I always ask each person that actually can hear me. I always ask them what made them, listen.
Yes, sir. Yes, it was something that I was conscious of, and that was what I was getting at. When I was younger, like I came from nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. I didn't come from money. My parents did the best they can with the education they had.
Yeah, I want you honestly, when you say that, because you've said it several times, try to work that in your conscience to not say that anymore.
What?
That you came from nothing.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just pointing something out to you. Believe it or not, it's a conscious thing, right? And then you catch yourself and you say, well, not from nothing, but you do say it at first when it's just something that you'll be aware of because you'll start saying things that will be in your favor normally.
Yes, sir. Well, I guess the better way to say it, I come from humble beginnings because I don't regret my upbringing because it taught me to appreciate things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's things that if I didn't come up the way I did, I would never be aware of, and that also educated me to see other parts of life in a different light.
Well, put it this way, Jay Money. And maybe you'll get it now, maybe you won't, but everything had to happen at the exact time it was supposed to happen in your life in order for you to hear me.
Yes, sir.
I promise you that. In order for you to hear what I'm saying, everything had to happen at this exact time for you to understand, to run into me and understand the words that I'm saying. Because once you understand it, because you're already a business owner, you're buying things in cash, just owning your house places you ahead of millions of people just by being a true homeowner. That places you ahead of millions of people financially, millions.
Yes, sir.
Once you understand that, fully understand that capitalism is psychological, that's where you're going to end up reaching the way you're going right now. But that's like, if you came to me, it's like that'll be like on the Star Trek. You're beaming somewhere to another planet. You come to me, I'll show you what to do, and then I'll send you light years. You're already ahead. You just don't know it yet.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm listening, and like I said, I'm going to join one of your member platforms.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing that somebody may listen and hear this, like I said, I know you say you don't like to hear that I say I didn't come from nothing, no humble beginnings, and I understand your logic and your reasoning for saying that. Like you said, everything happened for a reason. You get education, you get more enlightening as you grow and you mature as a person. But what I did was, and I hope I'm saying this for anybody else that's listening that's my age or maybe a little younger than I am now, I started making good money. And what I did, I over leveraged myself. I had a townhouse. I was paying 12, and this was years ago, 10 years ago. I had a townhouse. I had all the cable channels, the internet, the PlayStation, and the brand new car, and financing brand new cars. And
You
I
was
look
trying to
back
show the world how much money you made.
Somewhat, I wouldn't say that because I've never really been a show off, but it was just I wasn't used to. It was something that I always wanted and I never
Right,
had, so
right,
I
right,
did.
right.
But like you said, I could have been way ahead of the game. I look on the fact that if I would have invested in properties in the hood earlier and learned carpentry earlier, and I could, like you said, it's easy to be a millionaire. And if my mind was right and I had the right bird in my ear and it was thinking right, I
Correct.
could have been worth $2 million.
And
You know,
when you go through this too, man, even that part you got to let go. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, because
yes,
you'll run yourself. Because I did the same thing. Your story is just like my story. I went to college, made 6 figures. I had a nice car, house, nice place in a high rise building, all that stupid nonsense. But none of it was mine. And I got 3 kids, 2 different mamas, child support, blah blah blah. I had it all. And then when I first got out of debt, I was thinking about that. Man, if I had this knowledge, man, I'd be this and that, and But then I forget that all those events happened for a reason in order for me to even create SMD.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I just want to let you know I appreciate the information. I listen to you every day since I've discovered you. There's another
Wow.
guy. There's another. I go back and listen to the old stuff, and I've actually post a couple of your sent some of your videos to a few friends, and man, I think you on to something, and you create a movement, and
Any of
there's
them
a
get
lot
back to you?
of
Any of them get back to you?
yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
some did. Some got back to you.
Oh, they liked the message, and they was like,
Oh, wow, that's surprising right there.
So I'll be following you, and I'm listening along. And there's a few, I would like to, I started an S corp, so I started my business as an S corp, and I would like to pay off my student loan debt within the next 5 years, and also there's a couple properties on my block or within my vicinity that are going for very low prices. I want to buy a couple shotgun homes in downtown Louisville and either sell, flip, and or rent out.
Are you
And
personally debt free?
I'm not personally debt free.
Oh no, you said you got student loan debt, right?
I have $55,000 in student loan debt.
Okay,
Right
so
now.
remember this. You can't buy anything while having student loan debt. That's impossible.
Yes, sir.
So
That's
so don't trick your mind saying, "Hey, I should go ahead down here and get this rental property or whatever." Because as soon as the bank run your credit and they see that you got student loan debt, they're gonna financially abuse you because you can't do that.
yes, sir. Well, I get your message and what you're saying, and I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I said. Like, my goal is, and you're probably saying, wipe that shit out right. I'm sorry, wipe it out right now. Don't even wait. But and like I said, I'm gonna join one of your member platforms.
How long have you had the student loan debt?
They're not older than my oldest child. How about that? Because what happened was, because what happened was, I wrestled in junior college for 3 years. I redshirted 1 year.
How old are the student loan debt, man? How's the student loan debt?
I want to say because I went back to college.
Are you guessing? Are you
I'm
about
sorry?
to guess?
I am about to guess.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna say 9 to 10.
Yep, you're right. About 9. Yep, well, 8. Because I had
8 to 10 years.
8 to 7 years. 8 to 7 years.
Okay, let me tell you something, J Money. And this is for you. All right. And you run a business, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I just started it, and everything is paid cash.
Congratulations. By the way, congratulations on that. Very, very congratulations. There is a difference between personal debt and business debt. But at the same time, this is for you. Don't you ever let anybody else in business that you do not let them know that you have student loan debt older than your business. You keep that to yourself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Don't ever tell nobody that, hey, yeah, I run a business. You got student loan debt? How old is it? It's older than your business? Okay, well, all right. All right, J Money. Pay that shit off. Listen, J Money, you get rid of that student loan debt. Your game is going to change.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be the best at whatever you do, right? You doing trucking, you like that. I guarantee you're going to be the best in that because you're going to know that you have the advantage of all the other people in the trucking business.
Yes, sir. And this is the thing I wanted to ask you, and I probably can get this information in one of your member platforms. But of course, I mean, basically, and without saying too much, uh, I have a contract that I recently signed with a guy who I've been working with. I've known him for 15 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you know, but Ford has two major plants in the Louisville area, and that's basically what I'm doing. I'm home every day
Mm-hmm.
and shuttle parts from the from vendors of the Ford Motor Company.
Okay.
And, I have the ability, and I know I can. I'm doing it now, and I'll be doing a little better here now.
Mm-hmm.
Make over 100 and at least $150,000 a year to the business.
Okay.
Um, so I set my business up as an X course, and I know you're not a tax professional,
No.
but I was trying to figure out how, and I'm not trying to what they call it. I'm not trying to not pay taxes, but I'm trying to avoid taxes and or use my business to get myself out of student loan debt.
Well, tax avoidance is legal.
Yes,
Okay. Tax evasion is illegal, right? But in order for you to, and maybe, okay, it's very difficult to understand this, but until you pay off the student loan debt, you can't really see how taxes really work because you
yes,
don't own yourself yet. You as long as you have student loan debt, and you can't see it right now, J Money. Okay, so don't try to understand what I'm saying, but all I'm telling you is this: while you have student loan debt, that means J Money doesn't own itself and never has.
yes,
And if you don't own yourself, that's where you need to start. Because once you really understand that you don't own J Money, things will kick into you to where you say, I got to get rid of this student loan debt. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get rid of this student loan debt. It's gonna kick in. And then once you own yourself, and then you'll see the true purpose of taxes. But while you're in debt, you can't really see it.
yes, sir.
You can't avoid, you can't put it this way. You can't avoid taxes while being in debt. And I'm just talking about the personal side. It's different for business, okay? Different for business. But I'm talking about the personal side.
Yes, sir.
Because has debt been always part of your life?
Oh, I'll say the last, well, as soon as I got out of college, basically.
Right. That's what I'm saying. All your life. And I'm saying this to you. That was the same way for me until I start waking up around your age, 41. I started thinking that, hey man, something's not right. This is weird. How come I'm not, I forgot the exact things that was happening. Right. Then 42 came along. I just started just waking up more and more, but I couldn't ask nobody because I didn't know what question to ask anybody what was happening to me.
Yes, sir.
And then once I
And
paid off all my debt, paid off all my student loan debt, and I felt like I was like, oh, never been here before.
yes, sir. And another reason why, other than discovering your channel and just being conscious of things, one thing about these union jobs is they want to control your lifetime. You get forced and stuff, and I just got tired of that. And that's another reason why I bought my house. It lowered my cost of living,
Mm-hmm.
and also, I have my kids. I paid child support,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't always making this type of money I was making. I was, what I'm saying, I was generally making 50 to 60,000 a year, and then I got in the trucking and doing side contracting work and drywall and stuff like that, and getting more skills outside of the college degree realm, working for somebody. And my goal is, and it's been this way for probably the last decade, is to control more of my time.
You know why that is? Because you don't own yourself.
Yes, sir.
You wouldn't. I promise you, you wouldn't allow that. If you got a job, you go to a job and say, "Hey, by the way, this is union, and you have to pay union dues." You know what you say? I guess I ain't working here. You ain't telling me what I'm doing with my money.
Yes, sir.
I thank you for telling me. I'm leaving, but you have to get rid of. I promise you, J-Mon, you have to get to zero personally. You have to. Because you can't when you go fill out business applications. I'm just saying this is something that you can't see it. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something that you just can't see, but and nobody's gonna say it. But if you go fill out a business application or whatever, or business loan or whatever, and then they run your credit, and then they see you have 15-year-old student loans, that's gonna tell them right away, not only do you not own yourself, you don't know how it really works because you went to college for 4 years or 5 years and keep your student loans for 15. So they're gonna financially abuse you. Business side too.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yep.
That should be your main focus, because you tell me about everything you're doing, the business, and you know how you're doing this, and you want to talk about. Then when I ask you about your student loan debt, you're about to take a guess. That's a problem.
Mhm.
That's a red flag. That's a financial red flag right there.
Yes, sir.
You're on the right track, though, man. You are on the right track.
Yes, sir. I did a few things a little backwards, but you know, it was like a thing in desperation / survival / I needed a roof over my head and I wanted to be paid for. I didn't at the moment at that time when I bought my house.
You did that right.
You know, I wanted to lower my costs. I was fresh out of a relationship and it was like, man, I ain't paying nobody no rent. And
Hey,
I'm gonna
I
tell
mean,
you the
put it
truth.
this way. Put it this way. I have never, ever lived with, besides being a kid, where I didn't have to pay rent or mortgage. Never. That has never been ever for me. And you're doing this every day.
Yes, sir.
Right there. That move, let me tell you something, Jay Money, without even paying off your student loan debt, because you ain't got there yet, but to have a paid off house, man, oh my God.
Boy, look at here.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't tell me nothing. You got millions of people that think they're like you, Jay Money. Millions of people thinking they're homeowners like you, but they're not.
Well, I got some advice for some brothers, and I ain't trying to toot my horn too much, and I ain't gonna hold you up too long because I'm actually about to start my work day. But some advice from me to everyone else outside of using and using and having the mindset that you teach as far as living a debt-free life and getting rid of debt and not financing things. All across America, in what we would call the hood, gentrification is happening. And some companies and some cities are behind. And a lot of us black folk, or just people in general from, I guess they would say, lower class or lower middle class backgrounds, there are a lot of homes, and these older homes are built with better quality than today's homes or homes that's been built in the last 20 years. And if you look into it, you can find some of those homes, or probably not now, but I know 6, 7, 8 years ago you could have in Louisville. They've gone up a little bit. But you can get those homes without going through the city. Sometimes real estate agents are like brokers. They go buy bulk these homes that are falling apart, and you can get them for anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000. And you can do a lot of that work yourself, demo work. And this is mainly for men. I'm not against the women, but some women, you have some women that can do this and some that can't. You get that house and you do the minimal work you can do to keep the city in the open. And you can get it for about $5,000 to $20,000, just how much work you want to put in it. And you can own your house debt free over time working on it. I'm going to tell you something. You got something that it may not sound good, but when I first bought my house, it didn't have any running water or anything in it. I bought it, and at one point, I lived in that house with no utility generator, and I used a gym membership to take showers. That's how dedicated I was to being debt free in the home.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive.
And I'm not saying everybody has to go that route, but I mean that's
serious.
that I went.
You just got to pay off the student loans, man. You have to. You got to pay off the student loans. That should be priority. But I appreciate it, Jay Money. Thank you, sir.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. What's up, Mel?
Hey, what's up, brothers? How are you?
Good, sir.
Doing good.
Oh man, just calling in. I'm just trying to touch base. See you were on the air, so I have to come in and connect with the brothers.
Yeah,
it makes me feel good to be amongst the living in the land of the dead.
Yeah. Amongst the free.
Yes, amongst the free. I was just looking at something on like a TED talk, how you were talking about sleep, man. And this guy was talking about how sleep is a superpower, He was like,
Yeah.
we'll start with the testicles. The person that gets 8 hours of sleep, his testicles is bigger than the person that gets 4 hours of sleep.
Right.
And he
Oh,
just
yeah.
goes down the line as far as holding information. The person that, gets information and they can get a good night's rest, they will retain that information
Mm-hmm.
more than a person that, gets information and
Oh, I
sleeps
love
for
my
like,
sleep, man. Love my sleep.
oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. He was telling the truth, man. And he was like, the slogan said, I'll sleep when I'm dead. He was like, yeah, most likely that's gonna come true. You're gonna die
Right.
earlier than the
Right.
person
Yeah.
that can sleep for 8 hours.
Right.
And I just, put that together with the stress of owing people, man, how people,
Yeah.
can't sleep or they have to
Mhm.
work 3, 4, 5 jobs, they have to hustle, you don't have to
Right.
hustle,
Right.
you just get rid of all that stuff that's in your life, man, and your sleep will be beautiful, like you say, man.
Oh man. Oh, it's,
He
Mm-hmm.
said sleep is a superpower. So,
oh man.
Yes, it
some people
is.
just they give away so much game, but you just have to be connected to get that game. Just like you say, you talk about the movie Limitless, man. You
Yeah.
have to be able to see stuff
Yeah.
and take information beyond what the smoke screen that the media puts out, man.
Right.
You know?
Well, you got to
So
read through the lines because the media they be saying shit, but if you don't know how to hear it, you're gonna hear it wrong.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't hear with a whole bunch of stuff going on in your
No.
life, with a whole bunch of stress going on in your life.
Oh, it's I bet
So,
you like Robert. He probably sleeps with that prick smile on his face. He probably sleeps with how do you get
as
some
he should.
how do you get sleep like that, Robert, with a smile on your face?
Hey man, when I lay on that mattress, man, put that pillow right on that right angle. You fall asleep, you be counting them beautiful sheep.
Oh
Oh
man,
man.
you
Oh
know
man.
it's so funny. I had to just like Robert said earlier. I had to when I first quit. I had to not feel guilty about getting that much sleep. Because at first I was like, oh man, I'm being lazy. I was like, nah, man, this shit feel good. Oh, I love sleep.
It does, man. It feels good, man. I went and bought one of those sleep number beds, man.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yes, sir.
Man, brother.
You financed it?
No, sir. No,
Oh,
sir. It was a nice little piece of change with about maybe 4,000, almost
Okay.
5,000.
Okay.
But man, let me tell you, the
Oh,
quality of sleep, man. When I hit that bed, I'm out, man.
it's like that.
I'm,
mm-hmm.
I'm
Ain't
out, man.
ain't nothing like a firm mattress.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness, man. I set that thing, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling, worn out or whatever, man, I set that thing like last night. We went out and hung out, man, at the beach, man.
uh-huh.
Me and my old lady, man. And
Enjoying
when we
life.
came back, man, oh yeah, man, enjoying life, man. It's
Yeah.
just us and a bunch of old people, man, out,
Just
living, man.
doing whatever.
They
Mm-hmm.
got their dogs and they got their
Yeah, buddy.
little golf
That's
carts riding around,
That's the
man.
life.
Oh
that's
my
how it
goodness.
was. That's how it was when I went to the Bahamas on the cruise line, Carnival Cruise Line. I
Mm.
Mm.
slept outside for 2 days.
Wow. I slept outside.
I'm
Like
telling you,
like
man, it's a
out.
beautiful thing, man. Beautiful
Mm-hmm.
thing, man. I hope more people, come along on this journey, man, because it's sweeter on this side, man. I'm
Well,
telling you.
we all know that it only can be a few of us. I
Yeah.
mean,
Right,
we know that's because it don't take many of us to see how it works and do it the right way and blah blah blah, right? But we also understand that many cannot, they just can't because it won't work.
right.
You know, the stock market would disappear, the housing market would disappear, the car lots would surely dry up. They would not exist. Bye
Absolutely.
bye Apple.
Absolutely.
See you later, Apple. They go out of business.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
But
So
it,
we
it
know
hurts
they
to
have
see
to be there.
it hurts to see the people close to you.
Right. Right.
That's the real
That's the real hurt part. Yeah.
the gift and the curse, in the situation.
Yeah.
The gift is you want to pull them out of that, but the curse is like they not listening to you.
They ain't listening.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
They ain't
they
trying to
not
hear
listening
anything
to
you
you.
gotta say.
Man, I get into whole arguments with my family, man. Like
Ooh. You been stopped that though, right? You stopped that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I just shut down, man. You know, like you say, you just have to listen, but in your mind, you're like, you know, you dummy. But you know,
Right.
Yeah.
you have to be like, oh,
I had to stop that the hard way. It's been 3 years for me that I refuse to argue. But back when I used to debate in bookstores and stuff like that with different
Mm.
people, this is like when
mm-hmm,
I was in my early 20s. Only until I hit 37 when I realized I had to stop.
mm-hmm,
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
Well,
That that
we gotta accept that they are the majority. We have to
yeah.
accept that. Yeah.
It took me to that age that I realized that yeah, they're the majority.
Mhm.
And so it's a waste of time.
Waste of time.
But you know, it's like that Three Little Pigs story. You know, it takes time to build that house out of bricks, but
Right.
when everybody else house blow down, they come and they
Yep.
knocking on your door. You know, when the wolf after
Mhm.
them, they like, hey, can you help me out? And I'm like, you know, like
Right.
I was telling you about these bricks, but you wanted the sticks and the, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man, you
It-
know,
it-
so now I'm like,
you know what's so
what?
lovely about this gift too, though, man? We're no longer locked to this country. If we decide to leave and choose another country, all we have to know is it capitalist? Yeah, okay, that's all we need to know. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
We get there, they just say, okay, this is the money that we use here. You're like, okay, cool. Obviously you guys got a tax system. Okay, how are you guys treating? You know, we'll see how they treating the debt slaves, what they do to them, and we just do the
Hmm.
opposite, and we can live however we want.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful,
Absolutely,
man.
man. The world is your pearl, man.
World is sure is. That's it. I mean, look at
But
you sitting outside. Robert's just chilling on the couch,
I know. Life
not a
is
care in
just
the world.
different, man. It's different. It's different, brothers. But I'm gonna get out of here, man. I just wanted to touch base with you
All
guys,
right,
man.
I'm about to wrap it up anyway. We've been on here for a minute.
All right, brothers.
All right, have a good one.
All right. Any parting words, Robert?
Everybody have a good, fantastic weekend. Be safe, be free, and stay free. That's all I can tell you. Keep listening to LJ. LJ will get you to the promised land.
It
He
is
is he is
promised land too, man.
he
It's
is our
lovely.
modern day Morpheus from the Matrix. For real.
And you know what's so funny to hear you say that? They don't know that shit is true. I feel
Yeah.
like that. It's true, man. It's crazy.
Yep. You take you that he LJ is the real red pill. Believe me.
All
Ain't
right,
nobody
Chad.
else. Have a good one.
All right, thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yeah, man. You hear Robert say that, and the first thing you think is like, who do you think he is? Why do you think that? It's like it just is. It just there. I want you guys to think about it. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. There is nobody else on any social media platform like me or like SMD. None, zero. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because that is what is. It's only a matter of time before people know who I am. It's only a matter of time. It's just I already know that I have a gift. Okay, that's clear. I know that capitalism is psychological. The rest is just a matter of time. That's it. And my purpose, and this is what I feel my purpose is here for, right? None of this works without people. Okay, this economy could not function if humans were not part of it. There must be people that understand, and there must be people that don't understand. The majority must not understand, and there must be a few, the minority, that do understand because it all works together. It all has to work together. I help the people cross over to be part of the few that help people to understand how it works. That's what I do. Requirement number 1 to even come here, you must own yourself. That's what credit reports are. You guys don't know what they are. I'm gonna just tell you and then I'm gonna leave. Credit reports that's an owner's ledger. If you log into your credit report, that's where all the owners that meet your owners. They all own a piece of you. You are the stock in the stock market. You. In order to cross over, you have to show your credit report, which shows that you have no owners. Once your personal credit report shows that you have no owners, then you can come over here. You can't come here if you don't own yourself. You can't come over here. That's a requirement. That's step number one. First, you have to know the hardest part for debt slaves. First, you have to know that you don't own yourself. Then you got to go from not knowing to knowing, and then you got to come up with a plan to do it. Now you can hear me later and listen and think that you can do it yourself, or you can come directly to me, and then we can be like the Starship Enterprise. I can beam you to your next. I can beam you ahead of billions of people. Beam you right ahead of them, financially speaking. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Sal's, Robert, Malika, thank you for all your help. Into me, UC2. Omanike. Thank you, Robert, for jumping up here. Jay Money. Mel, I'm just an alien. Oh, man, keep those stories coming. I'm just an alien, man. Keep those stories coming. What's up, E-Man? Thank you, Wally. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Later.